Run away from love. Don't run away from us. In love we trust.
Hello guys, thank you for tuning into my channel once again. In today's video I am going to be discussing about scarring alopecia, also known as CCCA. As you see in this video, my client here, this is something that she's dealing with, and unfortunately I posted a video on yesterday discussing scarring alopecia as well, because this is something that's, running rapid, especially in African American women. It's also known in men too. Actually, is highly known to be found in men, but is also highly found in African American women as well. So you can watch my video that I did yesterday where I was getting more in detail. I was diving deep specifically about scarring alopecia. But here in this video, she wanted a quick weave for her birthday. And because of her condition, I didn't recommend her to do a full sew-in. So as you can see, I had lightly, I repeat, lightly braided her hair, meaning that the braids are loose. They're not that tight. They are just enough. The foundation is secure just enough for a quick weave. So what I'm doing right now is just taking some Got to Be Glue gel. You know, everybody, the usual, where we put that in the front to secure the cap. And doing this also helps me to create a foundation for when I sew her closure down, because I will be sewing the closure down on the side, on her right side, because on her right side is where she has more hair, and because she has more hair on the right side, that will be my foundation for me to also sew her closure down on her right side as well. So all I'm doing now is just blow drying the Got to Be Glue gel. I am going to put her under the dryer as well for about 5 minutes, just to dry the Got to Be Glue gel quicker. Using a blow dryer, it doesn't work fast enough for me. And yeah, so I already put under the dryer. So this is me sewing her closure down. I do leave the cap on, of course. As you can see, I cut a hole around her ears. It's a reason why I did that. I'm also creating a foundation using the thread while I am sewing down her closure, because there is no braid over there where I'm sewing to sew the closure to. So what I'm doing is using the thread as my foundation. So I'm making a line going straight across the closure, and then I'm going to go back and sew through it, and the line from the thread is going to be my foundation. And yeah, so what I do is sew from the left side to the center of the closure, then I sew from the right side to the center of the closure, where both ends of the thread meet together. Of course, I'm using her hand to help me secure her closure. Applying a little pressure and tension with the closure definitely helps, especially because of her condition and not having too much hair to work with. Even though she's applying the pressure and the tension with her closure, is not doing anything harmful to her hair, for the amount of hair that she already has, for that matter. Because I am a certified hair loss practitioner and a licensed cosmetologist, it is very essential for me to make sure that I'm not adding to my clients' issues or problems or situation dealing with their hair loss concerns. It's important for me to get innovative and creative and provide them with a premium and quality service. In other words, anything that I do is going to be beneficial to them, and it's also going to be beneficial to their scalp. Not only am I enhancing, her beauty, because she is a beautiful woman, but I'm also enhancing, I'm adding value to her service that she's getting done by not, applying tension and pressure and not just adding to the problem. Again, it's essential for me to make sure that I'm not doing that. I'm not about chasing a dollar or, taking people money. I'm all about quality, integrity, and my morals and my values are very important to me. And since that is a fact, anything that I do, I always take in consideration of other people's morals and their values as well. So yeah, what I'm doing is wrapping the thread around the needle. And what that does is create a knot to secure the thread from unraveling. So that's another technique that I do when I'm, doing any type of sewing. Last year I made a wig for her, and it's been over a year now, and she still has that wig, but since it's her birthday, she wanted to get something fresh, something new. And a quick weave was the best thing that we both thought was best for her. So what I'm doing right now is sewing the right side of her closure down. And I'm making sure that I take my time. So when if you guys see how I'm being kind of like slow, sticking the needle through, that's because her hair is already thin. The hair that she does have is very fine, on top of her dealing with hair loss due to scarring alopecia, which is cicatricial alopecia as well. So I'm taking my time, and I'm being very sensitive and soft with sewing her closure down, because I don't want to poke her in her scalp, because a lot of her scalp is exposed. So I'm just taking my sweet time. And another thing about how I operate in my salon is that it's just me. I did have a full service salon at one point for years, but recently in 2018 I decided to provide a more intimate setting, considering the fact that a lot of my clients started to deal with hair loss, and a lot of times they don't want to be in a setting where there's people around watching and looking at their bald spots or their thinning hair. Is very uncomfortable. And me personally, I know that can be uncomfortable for the client. And the last thing I want is to lose a client because they are not comfortable in a setting because of their condition that's clearly out of their control. There are some people out here in this world that are just insensitive, and, some people just don't even know any better. But at the end of the day, with the knowledge that I have received, I know what would be best for my client. So not only that, but it's just me and the client. So that's another great thing. It's just me and her. So I'm building rapport. I have built rapport with other clients, and being able to provide an intimate setting for my clients also helps me to build rapport. Now, what I'm doing right here is taking an alcohol pad and I'm wiping it across her forehead. Because of the fact that her crown area is thin and bald, I had to use a medical adhesive. I use a medical adhesive to lay down the lace. And the reason why I use a medical adhesive is because it's safe to use on the skin. There are other adhesive that people use to lay down closures and frontals and things like that. But again, considering the fact that I am a certified hair loss practitioner, I choose to do things with the knowledge that I have and the knowledge that I have and the resources that I have. I take advantage of that. So I'm using medical adhesive, especially considering the fact that she's dealing with scar and alopecia. So what I'm doing is applying the adhesive, and I'm not applying it on her skin. I am applying it on the cap. Again, I am not trying to add to the problem. I am the solution. So yeah, but back to what I was saying as far as providing an intimate setting for my clients. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable while they are in the salon, talking about their hair loss concerns or their scalp concerns and conditions. Those topics are very sensitive, and it's something that shouldn't be discussed amongst other people. It should be just you and your client. It shouldn't be you, your client, and your other clients and other stylists and their clients. No. It should just be you and your client. It's just like when you go see your doctor, your OBGYN, or your dermatologist, what have you, or your therapist. It's just you and that profession, that professional. And since we're dealing with hair loss, it should be the same way. And I really, really am passionate about what I do. I care about my clients, and I care about how they feel. And it's very essential to me, and it's imperative that I provide a setting for them that's, want to make them feel welcome and comfortable. And even if they need to cry and shed a tear, or cry like a baby, they can do that because I provide a space for that. I empathize with my clients because of the knowledge that I have. There are things that I didn't know over the years of being in this industry and being a licensed cosmetologist. It took for me to go back to school to the United States Trichology Institute to become a certified hair loss practitioner, to learn the knowledge that I've learned, like suicide. People who struggle with hair loss, they deal with suicidal thoughts. They deal with depression. They deal with stress. And there are a lot of risk factors that can come with dealing with hair loss, like, stress, depression, suicide, losing sleep, epilepsy. It's just a lot of different risk factors that can come with, dealing with hair loss. So it's important for me to make sure that I help my clients to understand the condition that they're dealing with. Because the more they understand, the easier it'll be for them to process and for them to accept what it is that they're dealing with, and know that, this is a situation that's out of their control. So I love what I do. And yeah, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, share this video with anyone you know who may be experiencing hair loss. And yeah, my name is Yalmikia Edmonds. If you want to learn more about me, you can also go on my website, which is yalmikiaedmonds.com. So yeah, guys, check out my website. There are many things that I do on my website. There is a lot there for you to learn more about me. I don't just specialize in hair loss. I also style hair for photographers. I style hair for weddings. I have a digital portfolio that you can check out over on my website. I don't just specialize in doing women hair that look like me. I am an inclusive individual, and I love servicing all women with different backgrounds, different nationalities, ethnicities, and race. Like, I'm all for inclusiveness. I'm all for bridging the gap between females, and me being in this beauty industry and having this platform to service women. I get the opportunity to meet so many different people that's doing great things in the world, and I just love it. So I know that what I am adding into the world and to women's lives is valuable. So yeah, check out my website and go learn more about me. I have my own product line. I have my own hairline. I have a blog on there so you can read some of my story about me personally. And I also have a social entrepreneur project, which is also on my website. And it's called A Baltimore Girl Story because I am from Baltimore. I created a platform for women and young women to be able to share their stories together for us to help other women to overcome their stories. So it's just basically a platform of storytelling, women telling their stories and things like that. So yeah, go check out my website, guys, yalmikiaedmonds.com. Go learn more about the girl. So back to this closure, I am now currently using the cool air from the blow dryer to seal down her closure. This takes a while, not that long, but you know, when you want your client to be satisfied and when you love what you do, you take your time. That's another reason why I provide a setting where it's just me and a client and not a bunch of people around. I've been doing hair for over 19 years, guys, and it has become overwhelming, just overbooking myself. I became burnt out. So that's another reason why I decided to downsize and started switching some things up, and I created a system where clients have to book online. This way I am able to service each client individually and effectively. No more being spontaneous and just hitting me up at the last minute saying, hey Mika, can you do my hair type thing. Nope, I'm not operating that way no more. My life has order and structure, and I want the same in my business, order and structure. And my clients deserve all of my attention. So when I'm servicing my client, they getting all of me, all of my undivided attention. I don't have to worry about stopping them to go start somebody else. And yeah, I'm over that. Like, I like to take my time. I like to make sure I'm doing what I'm doing right. And I like to make sure I'm being very effective and making sure that my client is comfortable in the process. So here, guys, I'm gluing on her wefts. And you guys, I do have my own hairline, which is called Lines Extensions. That's also on my website. Go check that out too. And my product line is called Lavanya Professionals, which is also the name of my salon, Lavanya Professionals. So what I'm doing is molding down her closure so that it'll lay nice and flat. I use Nairobi foam wrap. Now I'm cleaning up my mess, sweeping up the salon floor. And now I'm back to wand curling. She wanted some wand curls, and that's what she got. And yeah, she was very happy and highly satisfied. One thing I do is ask my clients, do they like their hair before they even get out my chair, because I like to make sure that they are satisfied. Any concerns they may have, I can fix it while they are in the chair. I also let my clients know not to be afraid to say, you know, if they like it or if they don't like it, because you can't please everybody. But if they don't like it, you know, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the like button and the bell and subscribe. Here's the finished look.